No, 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 no.
I'm Jessica, and you've reached the destination. Almost every Chinese city has a shared bike program, or three, from Beijing to Shanghai to Chengdu, all the way to the coastal island of Hainan. Everywhere except here in Chongqing, we have these motorized scooter things. Now, once upon a time, we did have these, which I love. These are electronic bikes. You see that box? That's where the motor was. So with these bikes, you didn't have to pedal if you didn't want to. You could just vroom, vroom, vroom like a motorcycle. We've never had traditional bicycles like this. Wait, Shimana. Well, they don't call this place the Mountain City for nothing. Chongqing is literally a city built into mountainsides. Some roads are extremely steep and curvy. Take a look at this neighborhood. The only way to get here is by walking up a ton of steps or walking down a ton of steps. We are literally in the center of a mountain overlooking the river.
And yeah, people still live in buildings like this.
This scene is quite common in Chongqing. I show you guys a lot of the fancy schmancy stuff, but this is real life too. They have great views, but there's no way you're getting a bicycle up here daily. Back in 2016, a lot of these shared bike companies overproduced products, which resulted in bicycle graveyards in various cities across the country. I suspect Chongqing did not want this to keep occurring as it was beginning to with the lightweight e-bikes. So they got rid of them and left us with these scooters, which are extremely heavy. Seriously, they're way heavier than they look. You cannot just throw these in the bushes like what was happening with those other bikes. Today is beautiful, so I decided that we should go for a ride through Yubei District, the only district in Chongqing that has these. You may have noticed I prefer the Qingju bikes or Didi bikes, aka the green-orange bikes. This is just because when we had the regular bicycles, the e-bikes, the seat was very easy to adjust and it went high enough for my tall frame, unlike the other bikes, which are meant for shorter people. With these scooter bikes, the seat height is all the same and it's not like you can pedal anyway, so it really doesn't matter. I guess I just use it because familiarity. I hate that there are actual pedals on these things, but you can't really pedal. Like with the other bikes, at least it felt like I was exercising. If you wanted to, you could just pedal on those. You did not have to use the electronic function. So it felt like I was actually doing something on my trips around the neighborhood or to work or to the park like where we're going today, instead of just sitting here like a bump on a two-wheeled log. Sometimes I wonder if I'll still know how to drive when I get back to the States, but me stopping at a red light to switch the music to K-Tronada lets me know that I can do it. I think I can do it. So the reason why we only have these in Yubei district is because Yubei is pretty flat. Not completely, but it is probably the most flat district in the city. Which is why I did not notice at this moment that this thing is going slower than it should be. Like, they're not exactly motorcycle speed, but I should be moving faster than this at full throttle. I mean, I'm fully vrooming and...
Bruh.
It was at this moment that she knew. She fucked up.
You can't really tell on camera, but this bridge that I'm approaching is a bit of an incline. And at this moment, I realized my bike had no power. You see these two? It's two people on that scooter just zoom right past me. So I was like, what do I do? I kind of just had to kick push, Lupe Fiasco style to get across because it was hot and I didn't want to walk it. And you can see there's nowhere for me to stop. Like, if I were to drop it right here, it would charge me 38 RMB, the full price for not parking it in a proper place. So why would I do that when I know that just a few feet ahead, if I could just kick push there, there will be some other scooters that I could switch this one out for.
So we kick, push, kick, push, kick, push, kick, push, coast.
And we're off again with a new bike with a full charge. Initially, you see those steps over there? See that rock with some writing on it? I was gonna hike up there, but it's hot. I mean, it's hotter than I anticipated. And the reason why you don't see many cars or people on the streets is because today is May 1st, Chinese Labor Day. So a lot of people went to their hometowns or to their family's houses or whatever to celebrate the day, and because of the COVID situation and my recent dealings with a Karen, the security at my building, I just didn't want any issues caused by me traveling for this very short 3-day holiday. Plus, the weather being this amazing in Chongqing made it pretty easy just to stay here and hang out. You may have also noticed there are no bike lanes in this city because it's not meant for bikes, but here we are. Approaching the park, which appears to be very crowded. There are tents so close to the street. What are we gonna find in here? There are no designated parking spaces for these scooters. As you can see, there's one on the curb and there are two right here. So I'm just gonna pull up right behind these two and hope that everything is okay for me to leave it here. Glad baby girl picked her scooter up out of the streets. As I said, it is a holiday, so people are holidaying, and I'm just trying to make sure that the bike is locked to my phone as I leave it there. Oh, look at the baby sleeping. I come to this park often. It's called Jiamushan. They recently redesigned it, making it very attractive for people who didn't really know it was here. There weren't any signs before. I just stumbled upon it kind of in 2020 when there weren't many things to do. I rode a bike to those steps that we passed earlier, saw the steps, walked up the steps, and realized, oh, there's like a whole park up there with like a temple. It's a temple, but not really a temple. I'll insert a picture here. And just a cool place to hang out when it's really hot, but you have to get up there. Then one day, I realized there's a lake. This lake has become the prime location for one of my favorite retiree activities, lake swimming. Cold water lake swimming. I love to see it. It's also become a great location for another popular Chinese activity, live streaming. Most expats in China will tell you you have to visit the parks. The park is where the culture is. You're gonna see anything from wedding photography, tai chi, badminton games, of course the square dancing, this team of maybe young firefighters, I'm not really sure, training, I mean, the list goes on and on. Since I come here often, of course I have a favorite spot, but due to the holiday, my spot is not my spot. So I'm off on a mission to find another spot to get comfy in and enjoy the beautiful day with all of my neighbors. So I noticed these kids somehow got these heavy scooters up over the thick curb and brought them down here. And I thought, oh, that's a really good idea. That way I can make sure I have my scooter to get back home so I won't have to walk or find a taxi. This spot seems pretty good for today, so I unpacked my blanket, set everything up, and then went back and got my scooter. One of the really great things about Chongqing is that people don't steal. I could leave my stuff here for an hour and it would be right where I left it, untouched when I got back. How do I know? I've done it before. Chongqing people tend to be pretty kind and friendly. I was obsessed with these girls. The outfits, the cameras, the photo shoots. So when they stepped up to the couple sitting next to me to ask them to take a picture, I was all the way here for it. I mean, look at sis. She doesn't know them. These are strangers. And she was totally down with it. Like, all right, pose here. I don't know why Asians always like to shoot into the light. I don't get it, but if they like it, I love it. Just as I was getting good and comfy in my book, one of the girls came over to me and said, "Hi, I noticed you were a foreigner and I just wanted to welcome you to Chongqing and give you these special snacks." How incredibly sweet. People were just in such a good mood today because of the weather, the holiday, I don't know, but I was truly moved by a complete stranger giving me pickled chicken feet. I'm never gonna eat them, but it's the thought that counts. And I think I should head home as the sun begins to set before traffic gets out of control. As I said before, there are no bike lanes here, so riding during rush hour or heavy traffic makes me extremely nervous.
Bruh.
Fucking close to me! There's a whole other lane.
Please notice how high the curbs are here. It is extremely annoying. Back at the park, there is no ramp to go up like this. Annoying. Back when we had the e-bikes, I fell off my bike on this corner. It was super embarrassing. Not for me. I don't get embarrassed easily. It was embarrassing for all of the people standing around who didn't help me. I fell because a motorcycle was coming towards me and I didn't know which way the driver was going to go. And I got nervous and I hit one of the little cement blockers that are meant to block cars from driving onto the sidewalk, which is also a thing here, as you can see right here. So yeah, embarrassing. Skirt, skirt. Even though I miss the old bicycles, I'm very grateful that we have these scooters. Super grateful that there's a designated parking space directly in front of my apartment building. They're so convenient when you can find one that isn't dirty, steers correctly, has working brakes, and actually has power. Super convenient. All right, let's get out of Spotify. What's the damage? $450, but actually that's cap. What had happened was, remember this cute little couple? Well, they tried to scan my bike, I guess, so she could have her own. So when that happened, it triggered the system that my scooter had been sitting for too long unattended, which made them go ahead and prompt it to charge me the full price for parking it in an unregistered parking space. and the total for that is $38.50. So I had to pay $38.50 plus $4.50 for this lovely holiday trip to the park. If you enjoyed this video, drop a bike or a scooter emoji in the comments to let me know you watched the whole thing. See you at the next destination.